Good day, people of YouTubes, and welcome to Cultist Simulator. This is a game by Alexis, I forget the second name, there with Alexis Kennedy, that's the one, who you may recall from Sunless Sea. And this is a game about starting up our own cult. And all of the madness and wibbliness of this happening. Set in the 1920s, the game is not visually the most interesting thing in the world. We basically are sitting at a table and placing cards in various places to perform various actions. However, I played this game for 3 hours straight before I eventually died due to existential dread, because that's a thing that can happen in this game, and I couldn't work out how to solve it that first playthrough. And yeah, I actually really like this thing, so we're going to do a proper Let's Play. It's still effectively a blind Let's Play, as I've only really done that game and the half-hour recording that failed earlier today when things weren't plugged in properly. So we're going to purge that save, which is a shame because I was looking forward to that one. And we're going to begin a new cult. So, let us begin. The game begins with us paused. We'll make sure it is paused. I don't think time actually matters at this point. And this is basically all we will be seeing throughout the whole game. There are various aspects that we have to do. Or I forget what the actual term for this is. These are various nodes. There'll be nodes for work, travel, for study, for dreams, because we have to self-analyze ourselves, have early nights, etc. And for our cult and various people we can talk to, and a few other things. The cards more represent our mental state or things we want to do, or things that we can do. It also includes tangible cards to represent the 4 stats down the bottom, which are health, money, reason, and passion. And I forget which order this is. I think that's reason, that's passion. Which are important, and that's why they're numbered at the bottom. We also have to name ourselves. Well, we don't have to name ourselves, but I'm going to do this. We are going to be... How do we want to get... I mean, really, it should be the Cult of Steve, but I don't think Steve's necessarily made it into this game based on the fact it's 1920s. Although, if there is a cult dedicated to sentient machines and fighting off aliens, maybe there is. Maybe there is. Alright, we'll just be... We'll just be the Shadowhawk for the moment. We'll come up with a more interesting name when he inevitably dies and fails. So the only thing we can do to start with is this menial employment. Precarious position as a hospital porter. Miserable is all we can find right now. We need to earn a living. We can practice the invisible arts or do things. We get shift work at a hospital. Hooray! Mopping the darkened hallways, delivering posts to hollow-eyed invalids, trundling corpse-laden gurneys to the basement. And this will take 10 seconds. So we will go fast forward. Bing! And this will produce us more cards. This gives us some funds and some health. Hooray! So, if we right click, we can see that we can use health in order to work. We're going to do that, in fact. So this is basically back-breaking unskilled labour to try and earn funds to stay alive. So we shall use another card to do that. This second node is one of the more important ones. This is dreams. So this is us psychoanalyzing ourselves and also plotting for the future. A lot of the cultist things come from dreams, as well as dread, which I've already mentioned has beaten me once before. Once again, I dream of a globe beneath the filthy skin of the world, the light through the black wood, the pale door, the old man. And in 20 seconds, something will happen. Ding! Okay, so we recall our dreams. We are content. We have a plan. It began when I spoke to the old man in the hospital. He knew my name, but he's dead now, with pneumonia. Why do I dream of him still? What's that kobold light in my dreams? We've gained some passion. Hooray! We are actually passionate about something. We're going to psychoanalyze our passions for the moment. I don't think we can put the contentment in there. This basically is a counter to dread and a few other things, and these are states of mind. However, states of mind are temporary. So, yeah. That will last for 60 seconds of in-game time, which is about as long as this will last. This, by the way, is the constant. This is time passing. Time is always going to be carrying on throughout this game, and in order to stay alive, we're going to have to use up our funds to basically stay alive. It basically has a magnet and will immediately pull in 1 funds every single time. There's a few other nodes which do this with negative traits and positive traits as well, and sometimes that can lead to ones that are especially critical. For example, illness, injury, potential death from them as well, that we'd need to put the appropriate cards in at some point. However, we are going to dream about our passions because that's the only thing we can do currently. Now, we don't have a card that will go in here. If we right-click, it'll basically highlight any card we can put into that slot. We can't dream of lore at the moment because we have no lore to dream on. But we can just dream about our passions in general and leave that to spin on. So as time rolls around, we have done some back-breaking labour and we gain a fatigued health. In 60 seconds, this will return and give us 1 health point, but for the moment we have nothing. We have vitality, which can be used to prevent injury and to recover from ailments should they happen. And we pick up another fund. We unfortunately have nothing we can do work-wise for the moment. What we could have done, and what I probably should have done, was use the reason there, because we can use reason to get a clerical job. Still, I think it's possibly important to analyse our cultist motivations at the moment, while we don't need money. Bing! And also that was not really good there. Alright, I'll just move that a bit closer to this. It's all movable, customizable, and that one's the one we're least needing to worry about. It's just something that's going to continue doing that. A request arrives. A letter from his sister, the old man of the hospital, the one I dreamt of, has named me in his will. I will hear more in 30 seconds. Rumpled fields, the wink of a river, a tingling chill. Down I go. Oh dear, nightmare. Okay, we've gained some dread. Perfect. And we have exhausted our passion, so we're going to have to wait for that to resort itself out. We can use opium dreams, and I think we're going to here. Opium dreams are one of the easiest ways to get contentment, although it does cost you money, and we could potentially have some real bad things coming out from this, I've just realised. Well, we go on. If we die very early, it's really, really early. Okay, the request arrives. We gain 9 funds, we gain some reason, and we have a request. I'll collect all that. Health, reason, and a few other things stack. Basically anything down here. But what we're going to do next is use our reason to find some clerical work, because we need to make sure we're definitely getting some money. We're also going to study the request. Unfortunately, we need passion or reason in order to study that. We need a second card, so we're going to have to wait until passion comes back online. Well, actually, I don't suppose we do need this right now. Although I've put it in, so I can't take it back out. We'll get it back in a moment. Okay, gained health back. We now have a junior position. Gained our reason back. Let's go and do this. We need diligence. So let's go and apply extra effort at Glover and Glover. See if we can go up the ladder. And in the meantime, we've gained some contentment. This is important because we can now use dread and contentment to negate themselves, clear our mind, basically get rid of that dread. As I lost to dread last time, and I think there's a limit. If you have 3 that pass without you dealing with them, I think that was what got me. Also, we're up to 9 fans. We can also go use some fresh air and exercise, which we might as well do just so we're doing something. I think this gives us a second vitality, and we can use 2 vitality to gain a skill, I believe. We'll find out in a few moments. So passion comes back online, so we can now use this as we wait for a few more things to tick over. Okay, so our reason's dimmed. We'll get that back though. Junior positions available, and we collect our fund. We have a position at Glover and Glover. It's no longer a junior. I'm better paid than I was. Mr. Alden has taken particular interest in me. Okay, so that means we moved up to the second rank. That means we get 2 gold every time, 2 funds every time we do this job. However, occasionally we will have to do extra work using a passion or a reason card because he demands it. Okay, the sun still moves, the wind still walks, my journals are the labyrinth clue. We move on. Alright, so we can dream about our passions, but I think we're going to leave that alone for the moment. We're going to gain health and vitality. We've got 2. If we put both our vitality in, we will do exercise. So, we are going to exercise the body. Meanwhile, I'm going to dream on my health, have an early night, see what happens. Okay, we've gained a time. A pleasant day. For some reason, there is a spring in my step. We're not sure why. This occasionally happens. This means we're probably going to get some contentment in about 30 seconds. Or 30 seconds of sped up time, anyway. which is not bad. I mean, it covers dread and a few other things, so there we are. We've gained some contentment. However brief and fleeting it happens to be. Okay, work overtime at Mr. Olden's insistence. We will reason that out. The work is complete when I've assessed the work is complete, not before. I trust we understand each other. Indeed we do. Okay, aspects of the moth has come up. Okay, so we gain health and a fleeting memory. So this is a 30-second thing. I'm not 100% convinced sure on the reasoning for this, but apparently we can use it. It's an aspect of moth, so we can use it possibly for this. We'll have a look at that in a moment. Meantime, we're going to collect this, health and skill, a stronger physique. So as art, we now gain a skill card. I think we can use this for work, and if we get enough vitality, we can improve this even further. You benefit from exercise, use this for vitality to gain health. So basically, we're now stronger than average. Hooray! Let's now check the request out, and we're going to employ passion to investigate this. I should probably have a look at this. The moth finds the light in the dark, and so do I. All unhappy far off things. Okay. I can't dream on the fleeting memory. I might as well dream on health, because I've got nothing else I can do right now. It'll give me some vitality that might be useful. Okay. Yeah, I should probably not have that on that side, because that's just crowding it out. So it's not important to things, as I've said, but it's crowding out other nodes that I might want there. The wrong kind of attention. So this is a magnet card that will find an adversary, if I have one, and that I've attracted the wrong kind of attention from. It's full of journalists, detectives, meddlers. This can give me Mystique or worse, Curious Few. Reputation might inspire an adversary to emerge. Okay, so there might be an adversary. Coming up here, reason dimmed. Position is still the same. And we gain 2 funds. Okay. So I can use this to do unskilled labor arms of bronze. It's better off in many ways because we've got this strength aspect now. Stronger physique means this should work better, more chance of making some more money out of it. We do have to be aware of this, though, I guess. I don't know. Alright, we'll keep on working here. It's fine. Keep our position for the moment. Otherwise, we have to go back to junior positions and do some stuff and things there. Okay. So we gain passion. What else have we got? Notes on a possible collaborator, a smith's secret, directions dormant, and a temptation of power. Okay. A correspondent describes my dreams exactly. They use names that are instantly familiar. House to wait. I've got rid of the last card, and that's unfortunately meant I didn't read that bit. Oh well, I will read that later. So, we need 2 similar aspects to go and do some study on them. We can, however, do this, and I think we're going to do this. This basically allows us to find the occult bookshop, and we can occasionally get some random tomes and learn some things from that. We have gained some restlessness. They're similar to contentment and a few other things. A restlessness longing has me. I feel I want to do something. What exactly? Well, we shall hopefully find out. We shall hopefully find out. Meanwhile, that goes away. My name just now is clear. Any guardians remain in the shadows. Alright, so we gain contentment. I like how passion occasionally blinks at you. Alright, so we gain another fleeting memory and we gain some more health. I can't dream on that, unfortunately. We can dream on our temptation of power. Sorry, before the fleeting memory was something there. So we're going to meditate on my goal of unearthly power. This can occasionally change it. My goal is sensation now. So we're going to use up some of our health in order to do this. This might be interesting. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, so this is the Explore. So we can now visit Maudlin's shop, which is the first location card we've got. We also, if we collect this, found a scrap of occult knowledge. We're going to explore this, and it does have a cost. We do have to buy the books. So we are going to add a book to our library and hopefully get something interesting. Meanwhile, I think we're going to study... I can't do anything with that. We could have a look and see about collaborators, actually. We can't have a cult of one person. It's just not doable. God damn it. I put you on that side just so you wouldn't spit out things out of there. We got another wrong kind of attention. I don't see why. We're just a clerk. Safe for now. Okay. Work overtime at expense. Okay. Needs our full attention. We're going to continue work overtime then. There's one downside with that job. It occasionally takes slightly longer. We've gained some dread. Why have we just gained some dread? On the White. Okay, good news is that's a book we can actually read. Occasionally you'll find... might as well go and get another one, actually. We've got enough funds for the time being. Occasionally you'll find fun books in other languages that we just don't have the knowledge of yet. So... Find a potential collaborator. We gain Mystique. I think we need 2 occult scraps in order to do that. Can study that, but we can't study it with anything at the moment. So I think the only thing we can do is just go and do some exercise. So fresh air and exercise. Or I suppose we could use passion and get some glimmering, which is another trait we can get, which we can use to do artistic things. For right now, though, I think we want to dream of opium and get rid of this dread. Okay, reason is dimmed. Is of an acceptable standard. You may go, but be punctual tomorrow. Okay, so being punctual means we do have to turn up on time, so we're back at work immediately. I'm sure it has lasted longer, but that might be because I had a more senior position. Okay, we now have a temptation of sensation. We've changed that now. So if we level up sensation enough, we can do that. Okay. Dream of health. Possibly go for a bit more of a vitality line. Or I could dream about my passions. Unfortunately, I don't think I've got anything that I can put in there. Mystique's not good enough. So I think we're going to have to do the opium thing and just replace our dread. We've gained an acquaintance. Okay. We've also gained the Victory of Crowns. We can actually read that as well. We're quite lucky at that. Alright, 2 books we can read. I think that's enough for the moment. If we go and explore the city with this occult scrap, we might find something interesting. So that's what we're going to do next. Found a mystical organization. Here is someone I might work with. A companion or a follower. But first I must give them something to follow. We have passion, so we can possibly try to recruit here. Bleak forts. Ugh. Why must they be so bleak? That's eaten my dread as well, so dread may provoke full-fledged despair. This is what I mentioned by the magnets. It's pulled that in because I wasn't able to deal with it. I've got contentment coming up, but... Okay, I've begun my true work. The authorities will take an interest. I've gained some notoriety. Hands are terribly strong. We can talk about that and try and get things going. Can't put that card there. I think we're okay with talking for the moment. We don't need to do anything with that. Choose founding principles. Ah, here we go. Here we go. So, founding principles. We're going to make the unflinching order, which is exactly the same cult I had last time in that game that didn't actually happen. So, we're still doing this. Okay. So, let's found a cult. Meanwhile, I have gained some contentment. Unfortunately, I have no way of getting this out because it's a magnet. It's going to be stuck. So, what can we do here? We can meditate on the pursuit of sensation. So we're going to do that. We're not going to do anything else. We're just going to keep that in there for the moment and build up. 1 health, 1 vitality. Next up, let's... Alright, let's go and do some occult readings. Because we haven't done much occult stuff, really. Let's read the books and see if we can find stuff out. Okay. This requires a health sacrifice. We must give pain to establish the cult. Thankfully, I can do this. Yeah, we don't want to put a card in there. Work overtime and insistence. Fine. More reason. Ooh, we found a dark secret place in the city. An ancient temple with a hidden door. So this is sort of what we can send our entire cult to go and deal with. Unfortunately, our cult consists of not even existing yet, but it only has one person anyway. Let's go explore. Let's go search for the city. Use some health, see what we find. What is that? Just grab. That's grab contentment. Thankfully, that's fine. I can deal with that. You can defeat despair by feeding it commitment. Otherwise, it will destroy you when it reaches free dread. So thankfully, I can defeat despair this time. Overlooked place. Found somewhere unusual. My first recruit. Yeah, cult with one member's unusual habits, indeed. The cult of possibly Steve. Ooh. Streets strange by moonlight. I found a place where for a night or two, streets curve in unfamiliar ways. If I walk here, I might find insight or I might be touched by madness. Okay. Clearly, this is what must be done. This clearly is what we want to be doing. Alright, so reason is dimmed. It is acceptable. We go up to 7 funds, and we're going to continue working there. Okay, we collect that. Alright, let's dream on our passions for a little bit. See what we can do here. Do we have any lore we could put in? Not right now, it has to be said. So we'll just keep that in and see what we get. We gained a Sexton's secret. Oh, actually, that's a bit of lore. That is a bit of lore. Did it! Okay, perfect timing. I almost planned that. Definitely almost planned that. No point in doing that. I don't have enough to improve things. What can I study right now? Oh, I've got the other book, haven't I? Yeah, okay, we'll study the other book. Actually, both the books I picked up, I was able to read. So we'll see what information this gets me. Our rise begins. I have founded the cult. We have a believer. We have gained an injury, but we can repair that next time we go to sleep. We have a temporary headquarters, and we are the unflinching order. Da-da-da-da. Okay. Significant conversations in the smoky meeting room. What do I need from my follower? We're gonna have a discussion with her, and we're gonna discuss the unflinching order, craftsmanship. Might be able to earn funds in illegal laboratories and shadowy manufacturers if they're lucky. Okay, now we'll have a go at this. We'll see what happens. Okay, so we've still got this, and we've got a subtle fracture. What can I do with this? Other than study it, possibly. Alright, let's go exploring. I'm using some rights to summon minions. Oh, we have summoning spells. Okay. This could be good. This could be very good. We may have to do some work after this. Okay, time continues on. Despair abates. Fleeting memory. Okay, health comes back, reason comes back. And unfortunately, you require us to do more work. Okay, we gain some glimmering. Maybe I should continue doing this. Alright, let's go and grab a new book. If we get a second glimmering, we can actually... A knife's secret. Uses an right with a corpse and winter power. The corpse will rise! Yay, we have zombies. Okay, can't put that there. Apparently we can talk about our injury. Don't have anything that I can use the Smith's Secret with. What can I put there for the moment? I need 2 glimmering to increase my passion, so we can't... Which basically is the artistic thing. Can't study that. Can't study the fracture. I have nowhere near enough to do that. I really should be studying something. Alright, fresh air and exercise for a bit. Cleansing Dawn, it won't spare me. I'm going to lose the subtle fracture. I'm not going to be able to do anything with it. Bloodshed. Blood has been spilt. Dimmed Reason. Still have our position available. Still picking up some funds, which is at the very least keeping us neutral for the moment, so we'll keep going with this. Traveling at Night, Volume 2. God darn it, I hate reading things out of order. Okay. Sexton's Secret, Fascination. And Exhausted Passion, okay. What can we put here? Grey Reality will steady my soul. Apparently can't do anything with that right this moment. However, I think we want to dream on our injury, and do I not have Vitality right now? I don't, but I might as well spend that and make sure we don't suffer a permanent injury or anything. More Advance looks kindly on wounds. Yeah, so this will allow us to recover some health, so okay, we'll do it that way around. I want to keep exploring these strange... Yeah, we want to keep doing this, I think, for as long as we have it. We need to find things out. Trembling in the air, the sun flickers like a shadow. Let us pull our fascination in. May provoke visions. We're about to go wibbly wibbly woo. Working on the contract. Okay. So we've got 2 cards we're expecting here. Okay. For the rewards of their labour. What did we get? Gain the funds and we gain the jumble. I have a few pennies somewhere, but it's useless to me. Okay, that's fine. Promote a believer. Trappings. We can trap them with money. Okay, so we're going to promote this believer to a disciple. Using the Knife's Secret. What do we have for the Sexton's Secret, actually? What does this do? They're not going to let me do this. No, it's not going to let me do this. Okay, fine. Fine for fine. There's a follower here to convert them. Betray and imprison a follower. No, we're not going to do that just yet. I'm more just interested in what I can do more than anything else, in all honesty. Discuss occult business with a follower. Send them out on occult business. Alright, we'll send them out with money and we'll see if she can get a recruit. Okay, we gained a subtle fracture back. So that we can potentially use in a ritual depending on how this goes. Apparently there's nothing we can use that for. We have 5 funds. I'm tempted to just go out and buy another book. Nah, we might as well keep exploring the uncanny streets of wibbliness. Alright, we gained health and vitality. Having vitality backup is always a nice thing. It just gives us a little protection against injuries. I'm nowhere near enough to do that. Okay. So these have... Don't I have lore aspect as well? I'm missing something here. Well, for some reason this is fine. The hour called Lionsmith shattered his own sword to escape the Master's mission. All things can be overcome with sufficient force. This will create edgelore instead of forge. Okay, well let's create some edgelore. No idea what that means. Hopefully, though, it's good. Reason and passion both refresh. We gain some health, so we have a couple of those now. We gain opposition, gain 2 funds. No one criticized my work today. He does not look up as I leave. Oh, well. We could do that, but the clerical work isn't costing us health, so we'll keep up the clerical work. I've been promoted once, but I don't know how to trigger that. So it's probably just a random occurrence. We can dream on our physique? No, we can't. If we dream on passion right now, it might give us a second glamoring. I'm actually going to leave that alone for the moment. Yeah, we gain some contentment, which is interesting. Collect that. And I guess we'll keep exploring it. Might as well. What harm is this going to do? No idea. Painting's Whisper. Okay. Grabs a card to fill its void. We have contentment. But that's not what it's after. Nothing then. Oh, we gained a fund back, I suppose, so that's something. You can't drag the entire stack, unfortunately. I keep thinking it's similar to tabletop, but... Alright. Let's talk publicly of things and see if we can grab some more members. We're going to put the word out. Okay, so we gained another contentment, and we still have this. Okay, we'll send our minion out searching for opportunities, see what happens. Pieces of the puzzle, erudition. My research needs erudition. We don't have any erudition. That could be a problem. What do you need? You need payment, do you? There, have some gold. What do you need? You need lore, officially, but I'm going to leave that alone. Crowds of sheep. Okay, so that's moved back to standard dreams. I need attention. I will attend. Lose one of our contentment. Dreams of doors. We have a sickness, but we have enough health to cover that, so that's fine. This happens occasionally. We need stuff to survive, that's all. This time the research has failed, but I've learned the lessons of experience. So we've gained some erudition. Subverting force to edge. What can we do with this? It's not going to last very long, so... Well, we need 2 erudition to do stuff there, so... Not sure. Can't study that. I can study glimmering since we're about to lose it anyway, but I need a second. And we're not going to get a second anytime soon. Unless we get one from there. I think we're getting restlessness and passion again. Well, I guess we could have another... Now we got it, we could use this now with the erudition we've now picked up, and that allows us to basically redo what we did last time. Okay, we gain exhausted passion, and we gain restlessness. Let us dream of healthy times. An acquaintance. We need passion here. So we basically need to win them over, but I've got... Well, we do have passion, but it's going to come back in... No, we'll just have enough time for this. Okay, that's fine. There are ways to deal with Mr. Alden. Okay, well, we'll consider that, I suppose. We'll consider that. Meanwhile, we'll go back to work. So, we may deal with Mr. Alden, hey? Have to think about that one. Okay. So we have a lever and we have an entry consultant. Let's go pick up another book. More lore is probably a thing to have at some stage. Can't be a cultist without books. Not very easy anyway. I think we've also lost our explore to the weird bit of London, or wherever we are. Okay, this is a weird one, but basically now, what is our current obsession? Our obsession is probably going to be dread, since we picked one of those up. The burning of the unburnt god. And we've picked up an affliction, which we can go and cure at our leisure. Kind of sort of a jumble, oddly. Alright. So we don't have a lot of places we can go to, really, in all honesty. We'll just have a search for city again. Alright, that picks up our passion automatically. So we gained our passion back. We gain this. We gain some mystique, and we have an acquaintance. Okay. So if we want to recruit them, we're going to have to do this via the... Where are we? The Unflinching Order. The ceremony we will put on you is the Sexton's Secret, and we will... Nope. Can we not trap you with that? Oh, no, we might need to trap you with the thing we're currently researching there right now. So, okay, we'll leave that alone for the moment. Let's have a way of doing things with you. Nope, not really. We'll discuss occult business with you. And we will use our passion to try and convert him into another follower. The Grail's whispers. Hunger roam my body. Hungers for the pleasures that the invisible arts might bring. That has pulled in my reason. The intellect's light. Okay, we gained insight into that. So we gained some health and vitality. Where's our affliction? There we go. We have vitality, so we can use that to cure it rather than spending money, which is always a plus. Good news! We gained some money. No criticisms. Alright, get back to work. An overlooked place. Okay, we found a cabaret with an occult reputation. Okay, well, we have a couple more followers at least. I don't really want to explore anywhere else at the moment. We'll leave that for now. Promising research. Well, also this has brought back this and some more restlessness. You can defeat visions with dread, otherwise you will lose yourself. Okay, so that we've found a use for our dread, apparently. We're not going to be lost to fascinations, we hope. More cravings. Okay, fair enough. Visions abate. Each dread quells one fascination. So as long as we don't go too extreme in one end or the other, it seems fine. It's just apparently I went too far dread on a previous playthrough. Confusion Shadow. Confusion Chance Path. I must use more of my reason. I don't think I've got any reason right now. Consciousness of Radiance. And a fleeting memory. Gain some passion. I can be passionate about it. Just not reasonable. Okay, we found a useful fleeting memory, which is the first time I've done that. Or the first time I've noticed. That might be possible. Gain some more dread, I've just noticed. That's fine. Alright, what do we want to dream about here? We can dream about dread, try and cure that with something. Fortunately, we have nothing that we can cure it with. Well, can't use that. At the moment, it's more finding things I can do than anything else, I guess. Alright, let's dream on our passions for a little bit. And put in the... Yeah, we'll continue dreaming on this for the moment. See what we find. Gain some more restlessness. I have nothing I can put in there. Okay, gained 5. Okay. So now if we do this... Why is this not working? Do we need a better trapping than that, or...? Oh, okay, here we go. This one is ready. Okay, well, let's recruit an acquaintance. Okay, there's obviously something I'm missing there with the interactions, but we got a potential person recruited now. Can't do anything with that. We have 2 erudition, actually, I've just realised, so let's go and put both of those in. 2 eruditions, exercise the mind, do some focusing. Meanwhile, let's go and explore. Okay, well, let's have some nightly pleasures and see what comes of this. Also, we've now become restless again. Nightly pleasures should hopefully deal with some of that. Withhold a portion of your pay. You may go. Oh, god damn it. He is disappointed in us, but we don't care about that. We're going to go back to work anyway. Grumble, grumble. Okay, nightly pleasures. Okay, that's closed for next day or so. We gained some contentment. Okay, that wasn't so bad. He's got some of that to cover us, and we know we can do that for the future now, I suppose. You may gain vitality. Okay, so we've got some vitality potentially on the gain here. No, let's think about things. Actually, I suppose since this is the only thing we can do, we'll send some of that to this. Okay. Trembling in the air. Fascination may provoke vigilance. We don't have any fascination currently, but we do have a Smith's Secret. We have a Believer. And we have you. Okay. We'll attempt to discuss occult matters with you. The Unflinching Order. Occult business burglary. So I can probably use their talents to harvest treasures from the unsuspecting. Okay. Let's see how badly this goes wrong. Hireling. Okay, so we can get another hireling doing this. Lost a card there. More dreams of sheep and things. Gained a vitality. Gained some reason back, and gained reason and the scholarship skill. Okay, so we have 2 reason. And if we can get 4 erudition, we can become extremely intelligent. Possibly. Alright, let's do some fresh air and exercise, see if we can grab ourselves an extra few vitality points. Dreams are curios beyond glass. Glimmering and passion. Okay, what should we be dreaming on next? We have dread, but we do have contentment as well. I just like to cover that myself off, so I'm going to use opium and see if we can improve the situation a little. Oh, we got 2 dread. Oh, no, that I hadn't realised. Oh, I wish I'd got rid of one of those. Well, the Erudite Club is back and alive, so we can possibly get around things. Collect all that. We see the world as it is for the moment. Reason. God darn it, Mr. Alden. We've gained a fortune teller, and health is fatigued. Oh, we'll use our fleeting memory and explore the city with it. Can we? No, okay, apparently we can't. Stuff to think about. And we can go back, spend more money, but we're actually reasonably low on funds right now. Leo, explore the city for me, will you? See what comes off. Alright, we gain some contentment. If we dream on the dread that's about to dissipate, use the contentment there, see if we can fix that. Hireling wants payment. Fine. Buy some loyalty. Thankfully, we at least had a good job there. Back we go. This clerk business is going to kill me eventually, I'm sure of it. Day's tasks were beyond them. Gain some notoriety. That did not work. Can we just betray and imprison you and see what happens? You failed me for the last time. Alright, we put a guessing in the cupboard, and next time we're going to see what the consequences of that are. So until then.